can feel I'm changing. I don't know if I'll ever go back. All the ways that you make me, fill me up on the things I lack. I don't ever wanna lose you now. 'Cause I think I'll make it through now. 'Cause it's you and only you. It's you and only you.
Hello everyone, how's everyone doing? I'm back on YouTube. I'm back. I've been dead. I've literally been dead. But I'm back. I've kind of been, well, in here, dying for the past 2 weeks. Yeah, I've not been very well. So I haven't really been on recently. We did our charity match, which was really good. Obviously that done really well. I've still got to send out some news about that, about how much we've raised and stuff like that, which will be released very soon. But yeah, today we're back on the YouTube scene. Thank God. It's been a long time coming. There is some new videos that I'm planning on bringing out very soon. So make sure to stay tuned. There's also going to be a big announcement for the next month or two. You might like it, you might not. It's a pretty big one regarding the channel. So if you want to obviously tune in, there'll be some information about that within the next month or two. But today we're against Swansea. No doubt recently we've well what's happened to us, we've turned it around kind of, haven't we? We've had a bit of a frustrating spell. And there's no doubt about that. We've been very frustrated with the team, you know. But recently we've seemed to have turned a gear, and we've kind of started to get a few results, and which is really good. Hopefully today we can get another result, a really good result, and get a win. Hopefully we can get push ourselves back into the playoff zone. You know, it's. Obviously, we've had a really tough spell recently, but we've turned a gear, and hopefully this is a sign that we're getting back into things, and hopefully we can get 3 points today and move further up the table today. Obviously, there's only 10 minutes or so to kick off, so the players will be coming out very soon. But I'm glad to be back on the YouTube scene. It's been a long time since I've been on YouTube doing a live stream. It's been nearly 2 months for a Borough stream, but it was 1 month, I believe, for when I did the Royal Rumble. So that was pretty interesting. But today we're back. We're doing some more streaming. We're back after me being in bed dying. So yeah, really excited. Hopefully we can get a result there. So yeah. I wonder what's going to happen, or even what's going to happen. But there's going to be some more information about the channel coming on within the next few days. Sorry. There will be some information about the channel within the next few days as well. So stay tuned for that. There'll be some information within the next month, and there'll also be some information within the next few days as well. So keep an eye out for them. But hopefully today, the main focus is obviously getting on 3 points, getting a win. I'm currently looking up to my new TV, which is on my wall, which is brilliant. So this is my first time using this sort of setup. I'm gonna do it up a little bit more. I think I've got a little bit of a vision for the streaming part of things. Now that it's all changed, because I've got this full like desk thing here, so I'm gonna do a little something with it, I think. So there's certainly a plan for that. But yeah, but I've tried to go on my phone to put on the lineup, but it's just not working. Maybe it's because of the charge. So I'm going to take my phone off charge here and charge that one up for now, because this one's on a decent amount of charge. So we're going to do that for now. Bosh. I can already see that my stream is on here is being very laggy. Stop it. Stop it. But yeah.
You only come through something when you look back on a period and you actually came through it, or you've won an amount of games, you know, while you're in it. We're just looking at the next thing and what's ahead of us. It's all we can do.
I just wonder from your perspective, what is that like when you're in the middle of that? And, you know, you're trying different things and the results just aren't falling your way for whatever reason. You always seem to come across quite calm in whatever situation you're in. But I just wonder what that is like when you're in the middle of it, because I imagine it can be all-encompassing.
Ugh.
Periods of time when we haven't got that. But it wasn't
doesn't
fall apart. The club doesn't fall apart. We don't fall apart as a group.
Can I
when
sell on?
The plan, I think that's the strength of staying on the right track, really, and we try to do that as best as we can. And we've won 2 games. Definitely not getting carried away by thinking everything's all of a sudden fantastic and the world's flipped upside down. It never works like that, but it's trying to be consistent. Sometimes it's easier than other times, but I think we've managed to do that pretty much as a group pretty well, and we are where we are, you know. And as I just said to you at the end of this,
Here come the players.
Look at it then as the players emerge from the tunnel here at the Swansea.com Stadium for our Championship football this afternoon. It's Swansea City. Look at it then as the players emerge from the tunnel here at the Swansea.com Stadium for our Championship football this afternoon. It's Swansea City against Middlesbrough on BBC Radio 2 Sport 95 FM and Preview 714.
Maybe I am.
Thank you, Paul. Yes, welcome everyone to Swansea here on the Gower Peninsula and the home, South Wales, this area of some of Welsh culture's greatest and brightest. Plenty of actors and great ones too, like Richard Burton, Anthony Hopkins and Michael Sheen, and Swansea itself, the home to one of this country's greatest poets, Dylan Thomas. So, of course, it is a pleasure. There was a time on the way here where we were thinking that you should have probably brought your boots because of Borough's problems in central defence. The solution Michael Carrick has gone with today is Neto borders. What do you make of the Borough lineup today?
Yeah, and listen, I think we expected Neto possibly coming there, even Johnny House to come in there, but we said earlier on the show that Johnny might not be quite ready, so Neto sits in there. Oh, he did do really well when he sat in against Derby, although never had much to do because Derby were pretty poor. And obviously Ryan Giles on that left side now, so they've got to forge a partnership. They're going to talk to each other. I think they'll target possibly that side. Get Aaron ready. So big game for them both. I think on the attacking side, it's as good as Michael Carrick could put out. So hopefully, the attacking boys can do the business there and get the result. With our referee Ruben Ricardo and the 2 captains. I just want to give a shout out to Prior's Mill C Primary School. I went in on Thursday and I said to the kids, I'll give them a shout out to listen kids. Thanks for inviting us in. He's as good as his word, isn't he? You can't knock him. Right. We are nearly ready for kick-off here under light grey skies, but it's quite a nice warm spring afternoon. And the home team, Swansea City, in their all-white kits, are currently in a huddle. And the captain, Ben Cabango, is barking out a pre-match message. Borough in their home strip on one of their longest away journeys, Swansea. We're going to get the game underway.
Lovely.
is Swansea who are going to get the game underway. And just before kick-off, let us pay tribute, Neil, to the Borough fans who have made the 326-mile trip from Teesside to South Wales for this one, because they have not had much sleep.
Well, without a shadow of a doubt, I've seen the buses leaving this morning, a few of them, tweeting in terms of getting on that bus. And to be fair, yesterday was it was a long journey for us, wasn't it? 7 hours in the car. It was a long old journey for them, so well done, guys. Absolutely brilliant support once again.
Well, the game's underway. Swansea going long with the first passage of play. Borough throwing on the right-hand side, and Morgan Whittaker, back at one of his old stomping grounds, has lost possession as Borough approach the halfway line. It's Travers in goal for the Borough today. Giles, Borges, Fry and Dykesteel at the back. Morrison.
It's great to see Force getting back into the team as well, especially after his injury.
Lawrence Vigoury. They drew 0-0 at Preston. Lawrence Vigoury drives this one long from the edge of his area. Gil Fry wins not just a good header,
just cushioned
in terms of winning it, but he cushioned it
Oh,
beautifully.
he's so good, Morris. Morris is so good. He's Whittaker.
Right channel, a few boos for him. Finn Azaz gets the ball briefly stuck under
Marcus
his
Force on the right-hand side.
Passing it to
Passes it to Morris.
Second minute of the game. Swansea
Dykesteel just keeping possession on that right-hand side, trying to work it.
And Neil Madison from a Borough midfielder.
Now it's back in the defence with Neto Borges, who's playing centre-back today, and Charles playing in his natural left-back position.
Playing left to right in this first half as we look, and now.
Well, I wouldn't say natural. Left wing isn't his natural position, it's left back, but you know what I mean. He's on that left-hand side. Can be very useful.
Style of both teams, can't you?
Here's their first attack down the right-hand side. Josh Key trying to get on the end of the pass. Giles
does really well.
Swansea throwing slap bang next to the corner flag.
Just puts it in the space. When he gets after it, Giles gets over, wins that tackle. Actually come off the play, and then he comes, rebounds and comes off Giles, so it's a throw to Swansea.
The right back, Key, to take it. On short, Hackney steps in, wins it back, but he's in a tight spot here. Facing the corner flag, did well to dig out the pass to Conway on the 18-yard line. Borough played across their own box. Here's Dykesteel. Oh, that might leave Force short. It does.
Oh, that wasn't a great pass from Dykesteel. He recovers though. Goes up for a corner.
Yeah, he was on his toes there. Was timing. He gets that ball because he reads it really well, pinches it, gets forward to the bar line, and just tries to cross that ball. Dykesteel gets a touch.
Now we've got a defender's corner.
And having won the corner, Josh Timon will take it. Left-footed out, swing. Oh, there's a clash of heads there.
It's going to be a free kick to us.
Players from both sides.
Dale Fry's down.
The medical staff to get on, and Dale Fryer, was it Darling? I think it was Harry Darling who attacked the ball. The pair collided. And
no, we can't lose him again.
Like Dale Fry has come off worst. He is flat on his front, with his head buried in the turf.
Oh!
Oh my word. Fry got to the ball first.
That is nasty.
And of course, it is Middlesbrough's one fit senior central defender who has taken the blow here.
That is absolutely nasty. When you see the replay there, Dale comes onto it and they just clash.
That is nasty.
They just clash. Head to head clash, and he's flat on the floor. He's just getting up.
He's getting up.
Come on, Dale.
I mean, he will have an almighty ringing sound in his ears, Dale Fry. He's just now been told to sit down. So he can be properly inspected. Harry Darling's just come over to him to just check on his welfare. Now, you've got a better view of the monitor than I have, but every time you watch it, you go, oof,
yeah, it's a nasty
which tells you everything.
For my opinion, wouldn't do. Indeed, it would.
He was nailed up, he was going to get up, and then they went, no, sit down. They are going to take absolutely no chances at all.
I mean, to be fair, right, we've got one fit defender at the moment, and that's Dale Fry. So technically, we don't really have a defence to work with.
If there is one player he cannot afford to lose, it's Dale Fry. He's now stood up. He will have to leave the playing surface. He's wandering around, and he's Slovenian striker for Swansea was asking if he was okay, and now he's walking over to the near side. But Borough will have to keep a very close eye on Dale Fry, because if there's any chance of concussion, then they cannot risk it.
I'm just watching him walking off there, and the doctor next to him, he's sitting there. You can lip read Dale, I'm all right. He shakes his head, I'm all right. So hopefully he is.
He's rubbing his left temple as he stands next to Harry Darling on the halfway
Yeah,
line.
I went outward on speed.
Presumably just asking each other, well, what happened there? So it's 10 against 10 as play resumes. Borough kick it long, and it's broken play in the middle of the pitch as Fours with Phil in at right back. Dyke still dropping in at centre half for Fry, who's still off the pitch waiting to be reintroduced.
Oh, brilliant piece of skill from Whittaker.
Got away from his man Timon. Ball across the pitch. Borough inside the Swansea half.
Ah, come away, that's way too easy.
He makes the tackle and sets the home
Now got to work back.
Conway was the man who knocked off the ball. Draws the tackle from Hackney. Goes down.
Throw in.
Looking for a free kick and not getting it from referee Ruben Ricardo. It's going to be a Borough throw-in. Some goals to tell you about elsewhere. At either end of it, it's going to be a Borough.
Oh my Jesus.
By a goal to nil at Pride Park.
You know, that's actually looking. For me, it is. He just doesn't even touch him here in the Hackney, and he goes down.
Ronald is the man you're on about, the Brazilian wide man. Earlier today, Derby have scored a second. Derby 2, Blackburn 0.
Bloody hell.
The rest of the championship is beckoning Borough towards the playoff places, isn't it? Coventry aside, who won 3-2 in a thriller against Stoke at lunchtime. Watford have been beaten 2-1 at home by Millwall, which is good news. Norwich drew at home to Oxford 1-each last night. That's good news.
Well, it's going our way so far, isn't it? Certainly going our way.
It's 7th minute of the game. Cross from the right-hand side for Swansea. Fry back into the action. Wins an important header.
Early doors in football, and you've seen how
Timon puts it into the box, and Liam Cullen stretching, couldn't reach it with his head. Ronald keeps it in play on the right-hand side. Back towards the corner of the area, and Josh Keith. Ronald again. Here comes another cross.
Oh, header! Travers! I mean, he could have got that.
Still in play,
I think.
Yonji So, who got his head to it. Didn't get a clean connection. Another cross. Dyke still trying to flick it towards this near side with his head. Guillaume is onto it. 0-0, but Swansea pressing Borough here.
I think he could have called it maybe.
Clearance is charged down for a Borough throw.
great defending for the balls, because that's what he's all about. Defensive.
Guess in that position you've got to think fast.
Morris is going to lose the ball from the throw-in. Was he pulled? He was. Free kick to Derby. He's lost a boot as well.
Here's the runner.
Morris is going to lose the ball from the throw-in.
Jesus. Why is it lagging?
Just a few decision makings there. You know, Morris just overruns the ball and gets caught, and then pulls him back. His boots off, and this is a dangerous area on the left-hand side. Ball will be floating into that box, and you can see the stance there. It's quite close, isn't it? It's quite close in terms of the point of the 18.
So it's a free kick for Swansea.
On this left-hand
side. It's going to be a left footer taking it.
Right on the 18-yard line. There's a hole there to put that ball into, and stay with your runners.
0-0.
Ball at the box. Out for a goal kick.
By Josh Timon. He was aiming for one of his runners at the back post, but the ball had too much on it for anybody to reach it. Out and behind, Borough goal kick. And we've had nearly 9 minutes here at the Swansea.com Stadium. Swansea 0, Middlesbrough 0, aimlessly.
Okay.
Around the globe here, aren't we, on BBC Radio T Sport? I'm quite sure whatever the result, they'll have a good time.
Absolutely, in 39 degrees.
Oh!
Pass at the back from Swansea. Cabango gets lucky. Lewis O'Brien, who spent last season with Middlesbrough,
just left his feet.
Forest. He's on loan again. He was in the MLS earlier this season, and now he's a Swansea player. He helped out Cabango. Now Borough have Morris just dropping in front of the Swansea bench, just to the right of the halfway line. Back to Fry.
Now it's a long ball. That's a really good ball to Giles. Giles keeps it in, but his header comes to a Swansea player. Swansea back on the ball, and it's brilliant from Conway, who tries to win the ball, but it's intercepted. Now both of them left hand side. I can't see anymore because the screen's bloody gone. Here we go.
Lots of space.
Now here we go. Swansea on the attack.
He jinks back on his right foot, the South Korean. Goes down a blind alley, then puts the
tries to put the ball in the box, but it comes to another player. Now it's Whitaker.
Has time to pick his next pass.
Azaz.
Sure what Dijksteel was doing there because
Conway.
he had to
Oh.
over. He thought Conway central.
Conway's pass hits the heels of Whitaker in the circle, and that Borough break comes to nothing. Other games in the Championship at 3 o'clock today. Bristol City against Hull. It's Burnley at home to Luton. Derby 2-0 up on Blackburn. Plymouth 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Sheffield United are at home to Preston. Sunderland 1-0 up against Cardiff. And it's West Brom 0, Queen's Park Rangers 0 as Swansea lost the ball down the right-hand side. Ronald keeps it in play, pulling it back towards the edge of the area, outside the area to Azaz.
Go on, Azaz.
It was a bizarre pass. Azaz, Ronald.
Oh, what the hell?
Who stands firm. Conway goes down. And the ball rolls through to Harry Darling just outside the Swansea box. 0-0 it remains.
it's a sloppy game. It's offside. It's a sloppy game, isn't it? In terms of the way it's being played at the moment, there's lots of mistakes. People giving the ball away cheaply, running into bodies.
Well, Alan Sheehan getting frustrated down there in the home dugout. In his second caretaker spell of the season, the Irishman, he got the job because Swansea were in free fall under Luke Williams with 9 defeats from 10. So out he went, and Alan Sheehan in his 2 games since has overseen a win against Blackburn here, 3-0, and a goal of straw at Deepdale against Preston on Tuesday. Low cross. Nearly 12 minutes gone, they're on the attack again. Vipotnik, hold up play in the D. Cullen goes down, Hackney made the tackle. Azaz can't keep hold of it. Swansea in an attacking position, middle of the Borough half. Vipotnik just inside the box, goes for goal.
Save Travis.
And it's close to Travis, who does well to keep it out and grab hold of the ball as well.
He does really well, Travis, because that's a vicious striking out goal.
I'm going to try and find a different streamer, Bob, because this one ain't doing it. It's just lagging all the time and it's pissing me off. I hate it when it just lags all the time. I don't like it. It does my head in. That's Blackburn, mate.
Nicked it off Makelso.
Not
Yeah,
quite
so apparently that's the derby game.
Finds
That's Plymouth. Why are they all like
Cardiff.
thingies?
too early in the game, and
Okay.
I do have to tell you what's happening though.
Yeah, I know you do, but it is good news. But
I know it can also.
Yeah, a little while ago.
So speaks a true Teesside. Well done, Neil. It's Borges.
I'm surprised you never said. You were dying to say something when Dale Fry called and said, "Harry, darling, what's it all about?" You were dying to do something like that.
Was I or were you?
Yeah, you were.
No, that was rather like you were dying to do your
No,
Blackadder impression.
I just, yeah.
Okay, it's doing the same thing. Lovely. Basically, this whole entire stream has just been me fucking complaining about this. Let's try the not annoying. I'm gonna try and go on the Swansea one.
That's the closest bugger I've got to the Swansea goal. As you can see, Vicaroo arms in the air, but knew he wasn't going to be troubled at all.
Good leap by Vipotnik. Helped it on. Fry back into the Swansea half. Onto the chest. They were free.
Didn't seem like it's going to be any better. Yeah, just give me Mado. I can't be asked.
And now Franco, the Portuguese, dropping deep. Borough's back four is lined up. Giles will now try to close down Ronald on the right wing. Swansea just playing the ball in front of their Borough opponents at the moment. The Sheffield Wednesday score at Plymouth. Plymouth 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1. The Owls have just dropped away from the playoff picture in recent times, haven't they? As Swansea try a ball down that inside right channel. Awkward left-footed clearance for Borges. Now O'Brien, edge of the centre circle. To his left is Timon. Timon rolling it forward, getting it back from Eom on his left foot again, goes for goal. Fry deflects it. It's out to the right side of the area. Ronald will keep it in. It's out to the right.
Looks like it's written
on BBC Radio T Sport. Having gone in front of Bristol City, Hull are now down to 10 men. It remains Bristol City 0, Hull 1. Whittaker under pressure from O'Brien. So much pressure. Free kick.
Let go, I thought, because you see straight away Morris is on the ball, he's driving forward. You're outnumbering him and he just blows his whistle too quickly there, the referee.
River Ricardo refereeing just his third championship game this afternoon. Borough going back to come forward here. Borges just inside his own 18-yard box. Fry to Dykesdale just to the right of the area. Four's dropping deep. Borough working well, but then Whittaker is mugged.
Everyone's just stood.
And Swansea.
There's like 4 men coming in at one man.
Got a little bit lucky.
This ground,
and there's no one else there to help him.
It's 20 years old. 20 years since they left the Vetch Field behind. Goes by the name of the Swansea.com stadium these days.
Yeah, you've said like 10 times.
It holds, when it's full, just over 21,000 people, but it's a long way from being full this afternoon, I can tell you, as O'Brien and Hackney clash in the middle of the pitch, and it's Borough who emerge with the ball. Zaz finds Fours on the right hand side. Whittaker's touch is poor. Takes it into traffic. And O'Brien and Eon between them win it back for Swansea.
Yeah, I know you're away from home, but you know, when Whittaker and Zaz get on the ball, you want to see runners, you want to see people just getting in behind Swansea, and just like numbers doing that.
No, it just didn't want to work at all, apparently.
No. Having enough time on the ball and just making sure it gets from A to B where you want it to go. There's been some sloppy passing and gifting the opposition and both teams a chance to get forward.
You know, Swansea have been pliant opponents for Borough in recent times. Borough unbeaten in the last 7 meetings and won on their last 2 trips here to South Wales. This one is currently level at 0-0 though.
I will say this, I mean, we're 10 minutes or so into the game and
Whittaker's passed it straight at Vipotnik there.
His passing's been
hang on to it.
Off today, like
Hackney. Now Morris to Azaz. Azaz
on the
medium of the Swansea half.
Here we go. Come on, Giles.
This is where he likes to be on the attack against Key. Key was appealing for the goal kick before the ball went over the line and thought he'd better deal with it anyway. Puts it into the stand. Borough throw.
He has to get forward there. As Ryan Giles, he does expect to get past him there, and he doesn't really force that ball past him and put the balls in the box, which we know he's capable of doing. Gets the throw it out of it deep inside their half.
A word for Liam Cullen from the referee, Ruben Ricardo. I think he may have taken issue with.
Yes, Adam, how are you doing?
How
you doing, pal?
I think he may have taken issue with that challenge from Hackney on Vipotnik in the Borough half. Giles takes the throw and shot. Giles gets it back, cross is blocked, and they'll have to have another go here from just near the corner flag on that far side, the Borough left. 20th minute of the game, the Borough left.
Jesus.
The Borough left. 20th minute of the game. Ryan Giles needs a bit of movement from the red shirts. Over on, I mean, there's Finners as short, and that's about it at the moment. Conway comes over to help out. Back to Giles. Puts the cross in, but it won't matter because he hadn't kept it in play. There'll be a Swansea throw-in.
I'd say it was a great ball from Giles as well, because he volleys it over the top, and Finn Azaz tries to get in front of his defender there. I mean, Marcus Forbes there is just saying, what's he doing here now? Is it?
It's a throw-in.
It's a throw-in.
When the ball was bounced back to Giles, he couldn't keep it in play. Now, everybody was lining up for a Swansea goal kick. Now Borough need to press forward and try and prevent Swansea getting out easily here. This throw-in is just near the corner flag on what is now the Swansea right. And it is Josh Key who's got the ball in his hands.
He has the ball.
Where's he going to go here? Steals a few yards before launching it to the chest of Vipotnik. That's a wild slash at the ball from the striker. Drops just outside the area. Swansea will clear via the left boot of time, and a big up and under. Plenty of backspin on that one. It drops over the head of Morris. Vipotnik stabs it back towards the right back Key. After a bit of applause from the fans who are here this afternoon. Swansea. Short passing gets into the halfway line.
It's a really good turn
Cullen
from the Swansea player. Now on the right hand side.
The right side of the
Lost his foot in, but he's got the ball back. Giles gets it away. Back at the Swansea player though.
Franco picks it up. It's
on that same side.
Franco on the overlap.
And it's going to be a goal kick. Mark Travers to take.
Goal kick to the Borough. Swansea 0, Middlesbrough 0. Mark Drury and our BBC Radio T Sport Borough sage Neil Maddison.
It's I've got to say, it's a game littered with mistakes, passing mistakes so far. I think sometimes, look at the
6-yard line. He's going to in for Finn Azaz here. Over him, Cabango's header drops in the Borough half, where Hackney hits it back over halfway. It's going to drop
Morris
to Morris.
Long ball forward. Make it there, but it can be pulled back for a free kick to Swansea.
Free kick to Swansea, just short of the circle. So, Championship scores. Lunchtime results: Coventry 3, Stoke 2, and Watford. Coburn scored for the Lions in that one. Bristol City 0, Hull 1, as we go into the 3 o'clock kickoffs. Burnley 0, Luton 0, Derby 2, Blackburn 0, Plymouth 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1. It's goalless between Sheffield United and Preston. Sunderland 1, Cardiff 0, and West Bromwich Albion 0, Queen's Park Rangers 0. QPR Borough's opponents at the Riverside on Tuesday. Darling has put that one forward over the Borough back line, and it's caught by Travers just outside his 6-yard area. That was most of Swansea, wasn't it? Certainly the Swans we've been used to over the last couple of decades. Morris has gifted it to the home team, and he's battling to win it back outside the area. He hasn't done so.
Shot taken on. He go right over into the corner. We need to wake up with our passes here.
You're asking for trouble in there.
We need to wake up.
Shot off, it's a good block, and it's a corner ball to Swansea, but you're trying to play in dangerous areas. You've got to
I'm feeling better.
in them areas as well. And
Started feeling better yesterday.
It's littered with these as well, and right now
So,
both sides are not doing that. It's littered with
Explain
mistake
about
after mistake regarding the passing.
He's second of the afternoon this time. It'll be on the right. Cabango and Darling, the central defenders, are up there to attack it. Here comes the delivery towards the penalty spot. Darling took it off his thigh and couldn't make anything of it, and Fry will whack it gleefully clear towards the halfway line.
You've got Ryan Giles marking Podnik, and he gets the ball there, and Giles just leaves him, you know. He gets it on his thigh, and he has a swing of it, and luckily enough, we get it away.
Oh, Swansea almost losing the ball in a dangerous area there, but O'Brien was on his toes, and that's a good pass down the left-hand side. Actually, it's over hits.
Goal kick.
Ronald found himself out here, normally on the right, chased it for all he was worth, but the ball beat him to the line, and it is a Borough goal kick and a chance for the referee to tell Mark Travers, I'm watching you, mate. none of your time wasted. I don't think we're want the time wasted today, do they, Neil? This is a game they need to.
Well, we need to go forward.
Need to win if they are to be serious playoff contenders. As
give over.
Looks at the referee, claiming he'd been pulled by Hackney outside the area. The referee
That's a free kick, though.
Now, as he just taps the ankle of Dykesteel, he goes down, and the home fans are in uproar for a free kick. The Neil Maddison is wiping
very
his
slow in this half.
And I don't think he's just getting the sleep from his eyes. I think that's frustration.
Not frustration, it's just, as I said before, you know, when you've got a game littered with mistakes, it spoils it. And right now, it's not enjoyable to watch. You've got to get all this ball, you've got to pass it properly and make sure if you are passing from the back, it gets to where you want it to go. And
that sounds like frustration to me.
Well, it is frustration a little bit, mixed in with it, but
false.
Oh, referee playing advantage. Swansea coming forward, shot, and it's a goal. It's 1-0 Swansea.
From just outside the area, beats Travers down to.
I mean, we haven't been great. They definitely deserve it. They are definitely more of the deserving side at the moment. They deserve the lead. We've made so many mistakes in the past 25 minutes. We've just not been on the ball. Unfortunately, within these 25 minutes since the start of the game. Many mistakes have been made.
Right now, you've got to get the grips with this game. And Swansea have done the same as well.
And yet again, it's a Whittaker pass. Again, today. A shot from outside the box, bottom corner. Brilliant strike. Brilliant goal.
On too many occasions. Law of averages.
Yes. Swansea have done the same. I say they've been brilliant. They've given the ball away. But the one thing they do, they get forward in numbers.
They do.
And Trevor Boy, he just takes it on and gets near the edge of the box and bends in at the far corner. And you've got to up the tempo. You've got to get your passing right. I mentioned before, getting bodies forward.
Oh, again, giving the ball away.
Straight to Franco, Swansea, and the goal scorer Eon left hand side.
Here to come again.
Busting it, got to keep it in play. Tries a Cruyff turn
Hackney
on the goal line and is tackled by Hackney. Well, Borough can ill afford to go 2-0 down here. Here's Dykesteel carrying the ball to halfway. Falls, receives it just in front of him, back to Dykesteel. Falls again, it's a tight area. Borough going nowhere. Now something happened off the ball there between Dykesteel and O'Brien. Dykesteel frustrated, claiming his shirt was being pulled. O'Brien ended up on the deck, and Dykesteel has been shown the game's first yellow card.
I've seen it because the ball went down the channel. A bit of frustration there from Dykesteel, possibly.
Well, he clearly signalled to the referee he was having his shirt pulled by Lewis O'Brien. And he just sort of ragged him to the ground with his right arm.
Look at us on the ball and trying to get forward.
Oh, what on earth is that?
That sums the game up for me.
Harry Darling, now I'm looking, maybe his standing foot went from...
Right, okay, don't draw Dykesteel, show what's just happened.
I was being generous. I'm just saying, he has driven that from the heart, as if he...
Well, I would like to see what happened.
As if he was going for goal, but it was near the corner flag on the left. That was absolutely appalling. Borough goal kick, and they're working it out from the back once more at 1-0 down. Hackney being pursued towards the right wing. He's done well, but he's run out of room as Cullen tracks him and makes the tackle. Borough throw.
I don't know if it's Boyhe, but Conway is constantly just staying on that left-hand side. He's never made when it's on this right-hand side, because the majority of the ball is on the right-hand side.
Cullen wins it off Morris from the throw-in, but he left him on the deck and he's fouled his man. Borough free kick.
Conway's looking at that space, the full-back's pushed on, and maybe he can exploit it, but at times as well, he has to work this channel. He has to give the full-back or one of the midfielders an option to get him behind. I know you've got Force there as well, but just look a little bit lightweight up top. No real options. Borough came into this game 2 points from the playoff places. It's West Bromwich Albion that everybody outside the top six is shooting at the moment. With the Baggies currently drawing 0-0 at home to QPR, and Borough losing here
That gap is currently 3
Ball's
points
gonna
as
roll.
Whittaker
Oh, Whittaker. Again. Free kick. But yet again, it's Whittaker.
As the whistle is blown, he looks
With
at
an
Dyke
awful
still,
pass
as if to
again.
say, come on. You know I didn't catch you. Dyke still springs up. He's looking a bit of an angry man, Anthony Dijksteel, so far this afternoon. Half an hour gone. Swansea 1, the Borough 0 here on BBC Radio 2
He
Sports.
tries it back here.
The Swansea press is in full effect again here, Neil.
Yeah, they've just got to be brighter on the ballers. We haven't really got over the halfway line with any real intent.
There's been the Morgan Whittaker shot that went way over the bar from the left-hand side of the area, and that's been about it.
But just when you do get forward, we just lack options of that final pass, that final ball. We're just a little bit too safe at the moment. Whereas when they get the ball, I think they over.
Jesus. This like this.
Dijksteel. There's the back pass to Travers from the edge of the area. Swansea 1, Middlesbrough 0. Dale Fry on the penalty spot. Square pass to his right to Dijksteel, now to Whittaker. Whittaker facing his own goal. Under pressure from O'Brien, gets away from him and Dion, but then his touch is too heavy. Franco dispossesses him. Whittaker looks at the left. Franco keeps going and nearly found him in the return pass.
You know what? Most of their attacks have come from amateur play. And the goal has come from poor play. You don't keep hold of that ball, it gets cut out. And he makes that forward run and bends it into the far corner. And there, once again, it happens again. You lose the ball and in a dangerous area.
The force is deep on his own half right-hand side. And again, Dijksteel's pass is picked off by O'Brien for Swansea.
Been our ass. Just the most of the game.
It's
nothing.
It's changed, but it just doesn't look right to me.
Well, is it the formation or the way it's been played?
You play this all the time, and they've sussed us out, and because they seem to be pressing and really putting us under pressure. And yet, when we have got forward, there will be
Fucking hell. Just play.
Floats it to the left, and Giles, who miskicks the attempted first-time ball to Tommy Conway. And Lawrence Vigouroux can just jog off his line and pick that one up under no pressure at all in Swansea's 18-yard area. We've barely mentioned the Chilean keeper at all afternoon, have we?
We've barely mentioned Conway. He's never been in the game.
True. The inevitable has happened at Turf Moor. The 10 men of Luton have fallen behind to Burnley. Burnley 1, Luton 0. Swansea 1-0 in front here. Borough with a bit of territory. Morris in possession. Just forward of him. Back to Morris via Dijksteel. All the white shirts are back behind the ball here. Hackney. Oh, he's just stood that up into the face of O'Brien. Ricochets off him towards the halfway line. Hartlepool United have scored at Eastleigh in the National League. They're 1-0 in front through Reyes Cleary, the loanee. Free kick here. Aidan Morris has just been knocked over in front of the benches.
Lovely.
Well, we were talking last night, Neil, with Paul on BBC Radio 2 Sport in room 218 of the hotel about what's needed. Oh, 219, I beg your pardon, 219. Send your correspondence to room 219. You could have got a free breakfast out of that, Paul. And my view is that Borough need to win this one included, the next 4 games. And you're saying just don't get beat. So 1-0 down.
Don't get beat here for me. I think it's a tough game, but I look at both sides and haven't impressed me in this game, although Swansea have sort of got a grips with us and how we're playing, and they seem to be getting a bit of joy through our mistakes. But going forward, we just seem a little...
Here we go. Something can be created here.
Right of centre.
Oh,
switch it, but Giles will have to...
No, Giles. It's a bit of a big touch, and it's going to shoot to a Swansea player.
Josh Key was all over him to win it.
Oh,
to attack. Giles
I feel really
back
bad
into his own half. Key comes in field.
He's
Ronald
not
on the outside. Vipotnik wants it in the area. The cross hasn't come yet. Ronald wants to take on Giles. A step over. Drives it right-footed. Bounces off the Borough left.
Oh, not there.
Down in the area. Morris gets a free kick. Just over 10 minutes to the break here. Borough trailing Swansea by an Iomji Sung goal to 0. Good finish from the edge of the area, but it came after Borough lost possession in their own half.
I'm going to say that's the best play of the whole game. The way they the goal itself, it's poor from us giving the ball away. But the goal itself, it's the best part of the game so far because both teams, I think, have been pretty average.
All the more frustrating, the Borough have not made any sort of decent headway into the Swansea half as Ronald is on the deck looking for a cheap free kick out of Neto Borges. He's not getting it. Hackney
Bollocks!
moving forward down the left. He's annoyed that Giles wasn't on
Goal
the
the
Giles has
box.
overhit the cross here, all the way out behind the goal. Swansea goal kick, and Borough players starting to get a little bit touchy with each other.
It's not happening for them, that's why.
You're not wrong.
You know, it's not happening. You've been used to having Borges on that left-hand side, and Giles has come in now, and you would think it would work, but right now it just hasn't.
Borges heads the ball out of play behind a tussling pair of Ryan Giles and Ronald. And again, all that under the gaze of the linesman on the far side. The Brazilian shrugging and saying, am I not getting a free kick for that?
So we will get the win.
The answer is no.
I mean,
Darling.
this half round
Goes
been
toward
great,
the
but
central defender, hitting the diagonal, out to the right hand
we need
side.
to change
Space
something
for
in the second
Ronaldo
half.
to control. Giles needs to get over there. He wants help from his
Change formation or
towards the edge of
something,
the area. O'Brien's first touch.
We've been figured out.
Josh Key had to retreat to control it. So
I'll bring Birdlog on.
They are definitely targeting Borough's left-hand side. Ronald against Giles, blocked, and a corner for Swansea.
Probably like fourth or
It certainly feels, Neil, like the majority of Swansea's attack have come down that
and then
far.
put Whitaker on the win.
Yeah, they had a bit of joy as well. But in all, it's I've got to say, it's a poor game. And we find ourselves 1-0 down.
Quality-wise,
Good, yeah,
We've
quality-wise, but
we've
it's an
done
awful
nothing.
We've took, yeah, 'cause
It's not been great.
And therefore, the
Why
opposition
didn't
are
injury
forward.
there?
They do play forward.
To be fair,
Forward, and they do play
I mean,
forward in numbers, and I just.
have you seen his
And
last
wide
few
of the near
games?
post. Borough goal
He's
kick.
not been great.
Giles will take it with the clock.
Well, I get it.
Big
Give
swing
him
of
players a
It's
chance.
ticking over 37 minutes and showing
We've only
the
got
score.
7
Swansea
games
1,
left.
Middlesbrough 0.
What, like 10?
And Swansea,
10
away from
games?
Borough's
Something
faces
like
as
that.
they
Can't
take that
remember.
one shot on the 6
But
yard line.
if we want to get playoffs, then we've got to play our best team.
Whitewash, throwing
And I don't think that
after a touch
we should be playing
from
in
Gonzalo
junior
Franco.
at the moment.
There's Johnny House and just
Obviously, if Carrick believes that he's got confidence to go on and
out through the technical
change the
area.
game, then yeah,
Dan Barlaser to have a little warm
give it a go. But
We're going to call for his experience
I don't know.
in his second half.
He hasn't been great since he came in.
He's been bundled over.
That's just like simple.
All right, it's centre half.
I think that should be said. He's not been great since he came in.
The formation and the way they are exploiting that far side. Does he go back? Does he put Johnny in at centre half and push Borges over there? We'll have to wait and see, because I just feel right now we're not in grips with the game.
Well, it feels like almost the entire game has been played in the Borough half.
It does, and yet I wouldn't say they've been brilliant either. They've profited from our mistakes, and us going forward as well. We just haven't had that spark.
Thanks, Steele.
Well, everything's been played. Most of it's been played in our half.
Middle of the Borough half goes back to Fry. Fry gliding it to the right, looking for Morris. He almost there.
Yeah, we have been
Glancing header on
absolutely
Morris
dreadful
throws
in half.
return from the away bench.
Need to change in the second half. Need to change something.
For the majority of the game, is staying on that left-hand side or stayed central. I know Fords is over here and working this side, but I think sometimes it's
Great pass.
The pass from Dyke Steele slipped
Here
in
we go.
between the legs of the
Azaz.
arm, and now Azaz is driving down the middle of the pitch. Looks for Conway.
Conway, first time he's actually been involved in the game.
It clear.
Giles.
Oh, they've lost it. Azaz.
I can't fucking see.
Oh, they've lost it. Azaz, edge of the area.
Oh, now we've lost it.
Morris with the return pass as the ball just bounced up.
We should stop lagging so I can just watch the fucking game.
That's a neat chest down into the path of Ronaldo on the right hand side. Brazilian against Brazilian as he tries to get away from Borges.
Is Swansea
Borges
on the right hand
back
side.
pedaling to the edge of the area.
Uh-oh.
Deflected the cross.
Uh-oh.
18-yard line.
Saved by Travers.
And that's Travers with a good save.
Go
Now
back to
Roto's
him.
left.
Great play from Travis.
Jesus.
Really good. Gets down and saves good strike.
Swansea are hungry.
Coming again.
They won it back off Whitaker. before he could even reach
Well,
the
they're building momentum now.
Back offers, been sloppy on it at times.
They're looking for a second here. Ronald attacking the right side of the area, cross loops up,
Travers
drops just in front of Travers, who catches it at the near post. Blackburn have scored. Derby 2, Blackburn 1.
You can see Travers there getting frustrated because he wants to play out quickly and there's no real running, there's no one talking for that ball.
There's no outlet. Dykesdale's turn to just ask the question, where do I go?
Not really.
That was a neat turn against Franco.
Kind of waiting for the half-time whistle, to be fair.
Morris actually took it from
My bad.
2 yards away from where the offence occurred. Now Hackney tries the through ball for Conway. Cut out
Almost.
by Cabango. And then Hackney pulls
Free
his man
kick
down.
Swansea.
It's
a silly
for
challenge.
Swansea, and that'll be a final warning for Borough's captain. One more of them, and he will join Anthony Dykesdale in the book. Final 5 minutes of this first half. Swansea 1, Middlesbrough 0. Fry and Neto Borges at the heart of the Borough defence. Borges' header picked up on halfway by the Swans. Burnley score a second, 2-0 up at home to Luton. Cross from the right is Lovi Putney. Tries a spectacular shot as it just set up off his right thigh. There was a Borough touch on it. As Travers threw himself to his left, and Swansea have themselves another corner. 1-0 is bad, Neil. 2-0 might be unrecoverable.
Yeah, they're a lot better going forward. It takes a deflection actually off the Dale Fry. Yeah, it is. It just hits Dale and goes wide. But they get more balls into the box. They're troubling the keeper. And yeah, we really haven't. In fact,
not once.
I don't think
Vigouroux has not made a save.
It looks.
In swinging corner from the right-hand side, flicked on by Falls across his own goal, and Dykesdale will reach the ball near the corner flag on the right-hand side.
We just don't look a threat going forward.
Impotent.
Yeah, be honest.
Cabango in, and then Franco takes him down, claims he won the ball. Falls is looking at the referee and asking, are you going to book him? And he is.
Good play from Falls. It's a great touch. Takes it past him and he's looking for Conway on that left-hand side.
Now, it has been all good news from elsewhere in the playoff picture for Borough so far this afternoon. Here's a bit of bad news. West Bromwich Albion 1, Queen's Park Rangers 0. And Sheffield Wednesday have scored a second at Plymouth to lead 2-0. Borough trailing by a goal to 0 here, 2.5 minutes of the first half remaining. Hackney turns in the centre circle. Conway flirting with the offside line and going 2 minutes of... just for good measure. Swansea free kick just outside their box, and Cabango's telling his teammates, Neil, we need to tighten this up.
Well, I have to say, from our point of view, and looking at us going forward, I would say that's probably our strength. You look at the forward line of Fours, Whittaker, Azaz, Conway. That for me is, it's not bad, but it just hasn't worked. We don't look a threat at all going forward. We didn't get bodies forward. You watch them getting forward, they really power forward and outnumber you at times. But when we get it, there's just not enough options.
Hartlepool have conceded an equaliser at Eastleigh. It's 1 each in the National League, and Cardiff have equalised at Sunderland. Now, Borough at 1-0 down with the ball in the centre circle. Hackney, a good pass to the right-hand side. Here is Conway.
Conway on the right-hand side.
Now he's heading for the box.
Corner.
The cross straight into Darling. It's a Borough corner there, first of this afternoon.
Gets into the touchline there and he just tries to square it, and you've got bodies in there. You know, 4 or 5 bodies, red shirts taken quickly.
Conway, short to Azaz, back to Conway. Whittaker outside the area. Hackney on his right foot, now on his left in the D. Pulls the trigger. It's blocked by Cullen in the area. And ricochets back to Morris near the centre circle.
Push out, Giles. Push out, push out.
We're in the final minute of the first half.
Should we push out quicker there?
1-0 here to Swansea on BBC Radio T Sports. Swansea's defence just pushing up outside the box now. Hackney just jinks away from O'Brien in the middle of the pitch and then sees nothing but white shirts in front of him. Passes back to Dykesdale. Dykesdale back to his keeper, and Hackney flaps his arms about as if to say, where am I supposed to go? And then Travers Goes keeper to keeper. Figueroa just fielding on the edge of his area. Lawrence Figueroa has had the easiest first 45 minutes imaginable in that Swansea goal, hasn't he?
He's never been tested. As I said before, going forward, that's our strength. You know, you look to hurt teams, and yet it's been our weakness.
Well, Borough, as we go to 3 minutes of added time, Borough,
Right, it's 3 minutes.
the top scorers on the road in the division so far this season. Third best attack in general in all games, but you wouldn't have thought so from the first half we've seen.
We look flat. We look really flat. As I said, going forward, there's no real options. You haven't been aggressive enough and getting them bodies in the box and making them runs for the midfielders, especially when Azaz and Whittaker get on that ball. You've got that licence, you know, Fours out on this side, Conway as well. He's made a couple of runs, went offside on one of them, but we just haven't done enough going forward. And to
We've been dreadful. We've been absolutely
you want
awful.
to keep having a busy afternoon,
And you want to take the pressure off
It's
your
pretty clear
makeshift
by the
defence,
fact that we've been absolutely dreadful.
which is
And I've got
having
to
to be alert once more.
and I've got to say, I'm being truthful when I say this. I don't think they're brilliant. I wouldn't say they're absolutely lighting up. We're gifting them most of their best play. And I think if you just get a grip to the game and start firing, you've got an opportunity here, because as I said, I don't think they're
Scrappy play in the middle of the pitch. Oh, Josh Simon actually hit that ball against his own standing leg and got very fortunate indeed. Goes back to Figueroa. He's hit that one very wide indeed, and it's out. One bounce off the pitch. Dykesdale catches it just between the dugouts and prepares to take this throw in.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Morris is down. He almost charging towards the box, but the whistle's gone for a foul on Borough's American midfielder, and he's holding his right ankle. He's rolling around. Aidan Morris looks like he might be hurt.
Play on. I would like to see what happened.
Referee at the moment. Morris is back up. He is limping. His play restarts. Dykesdale to Fry. I'm sure he'll be looked at half time after that sickening clash of heads in the first few minutes. He's done well to stay out there and play his part throughout the rest of the half as Travers clears left-footed to the centre circle. Headed down by Hackney, but he pulled his man, Cullen. And ironic cheers around this ground from the home fans as the referee gives Swansea a free kick. Half-time at Bramall Lane, where it's goalless between Sheffield United and Preston.
He
I'm back.
nudged it just wide of the mark, but Pools made the breakthrough on the half-hour.
Wasn't a great first half, was it? Definitely need a few changes in this half. I think we need changes because that first half. I mean, we made so many mistakes. We committed many fouls. Most of that game, like in that first half, most of that half, we were basically just in our own half, defending all the time. We only started to get out of our box and started to attack in the last 10 minutes. But even that was only 2, maybe 3 attacks. So obviously second half, we've going forward, we've got to be so much better. Defensively, we've been all right. But yeah, again, I talk about the mistakes that the passing from, if I'm going to point something out, if I'm going to point someone out, I'll point out Whitaker for one. He was the reason why the first goal happened. He tried flicking the ball over the head of a Swansea player. One of the Swansea players got head to it and they went forward and shot was taken from outside the box and they scored. So, it wasn't great. It looks like Illing Jr. and Iheanacho are coming on. Pretty interesting. I mean, he's trying to change something, so that's a good thing. Hopefully it works. We'll see what happens in the half. Second half prediction. I'm going to go for I've got to be awful, don't I? I mean, we need to win, don't we? So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. I think we'll win. It's going to be tough. But can we do it after a very sluggish first half, especially in the attack? Hopefully. I'm hoping so. Also, I've never tried Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar Cherry Crush before.
And too many mistakes. Second,
I know you can't really. I don't know if you can actually see that.
What the coaching staff are doing with the players all week.
I'm going to try it. It's a limited edition. Apparently, it's great taste. This is my first time trying this, so I will give it a lovely little review. So, cheers to Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar Cherry Crush.
We need a massive turnaround in the second half, as that wasn't acceptable. Stephen says, come on, Michael Carrick, don't leave it too late. Housen on, Borges back to left, Whitaker off.
It's just not Dr. Pepper, though, is it?
Swansea look good.
I mean, I don't mind it. It tastes all right.
We've got this one, no effort, no
Look, when I try to think Dr. Pepper, it just doesn't come to me as Dr. Pepper. It just doesn't.
Swansea come out onto the field in the second half. And we're back with Neil and Mark.
Tell you what, there's probably people around the world right now in England are watching some charity football match over their own club. Don't wrong, I love the Simon. I love what they do. Sammy up. No, but I'd rather watch my own club. Yeah. If it wasn't a different day when it was when Middlesbrough weren't playing, I'd watch it. But
in their red home shirts here.
Anyways, we've kicked off for the second half. Please do
attacking the
something.
goal away to our left. White chest pads on those red shirts, red shorts, red socks, and a long ball forward in the direction of Iheanacho. The Swansea defence wins it, and the referee, Ruben Ricardo, has blown the whistle. The halfway line. Is that a back four, Neil Madison?
No, it's a 3 for me.
I don't know. Right now it looks like a 4, but let's see. Let's see how it shakes out.
YALL.
Swansea in their all-white home strip with the black trim are looking for their Brazilian wide man Ronaldo on the right-hand side, Lawrence Vigouroux's clearance. And then Ben Cabango just pops it straight into the hands of Borough boss Michael Carrick. Swansea, Lawrence Vigouroux in goal, Josh Keep, Ben Cabango, Harry Darling and Josh Timon at the back. Franco and Lewis O'Brien, central midfield. Ronald, Liam Cullen and Yom Ji Sung behind Jan Vipopnik up front. Borough with a free kick here to shorter halfway, left-hand side. Borges. Back to Fry. Borough with Travers in goal. Fry, Borges, Dykestill, And Junior at the back.
Stop taking big punches, you don't need to.
Swansea left, Timon.
Jesus.
Down the channel, Vipotnik will lumber after it. Fry steps in, heads down to Dyke. Still quick feet against Iom, but he's beaten himself. Throwing to the home side. Gonzalo Franco and Lewis O'Brien in midfield for Swansea. Sorry, I've done their team, haven't I? It was Boroughs I was going through. We'll get back to that. Swansea have got a throw in. Level with the penalty spot, left-hand side, taken short.
You know, I think Ilan Junior is certainly, it looks like a left back there, doesn't it? I thought he was going to go wing back, but at times they're hard. They're pushed up, and then he's just mixed it up a little bit. Dyke still just tucking in and playing that. But right now, you're right, Mark. I think it is Stoke at the back. So that's Junior.
That back four is Dyke, Steele, Fry, Borges, and Illing Junior. Hackney and Morris ahead of them. Whitaker and Azaz in support of Iheanacho, and Conway up front. Swansea and tried to create down the left, a tight area, and Josh Timon tried a little dance on top of the ball. Oh, it did go into Morris, who throws the ball down in frustration for a Swansea throw-in. Now, there might be brewing up a long one into the box here for the first time this afternoon. The central defenders have gone up there, and there is quite the thicket of bodies in front of Mark Travers, who stood at his near post. Fry makes a good header. It's got plenty of distance out of the box. Nearly 3 minutes of the second half gone. Swansea 1, Middlesbrough 0, and Darling is still up there to attack this high ball forward. Illing Junior needs to be on his toes here against Vipotnik. The pair of them fall over the goal line, and it will be a Borough goal kick.
He just gets his body in there, protects that ball, does really well.
It's a big chance for Illing Junior. Not been much in the action lately, but he's got 45 minutes. Oh, as Borges passes it straight to Josh Key, who was pressing up on Finn Azaz outside the Borough area. He finds himself in the inside left channel.
Go on!
Oh, and he's been dispossessed by Whitaker.
Play on!
But Hackney was there to continue the break.
Go on, Iheanacho!
Middle of the pitch, beyond the centre circle. Keeps it moving to Conway. Conway going for goal!
Go!
That's the goal, and he's not far away.
There we go!
Finn Azaz has put his arms up because he's back post. He wanted it in there, but
fucking hell!
Inside the penalty area.
Can finally attack!
And he hits it hard and low, just misses past the far post from Conway. And
we can finally attack, Jesus.
Double change at half time,
Straight from outside the box from Tommy Conway, keeps it low, just goes across the post.
In that first half.
No doubt about it. It went great in that first half, and as I said before, if you want to win games, you've got to at least test the keeper, and that's the one thing we never did.
And Borough really do need to be winning games like this if they are to make a fight, a fist of getting into the Championship playoffs at the end of this season. 10 games to go after today.
I think it's been on a real losing run in terms of, performances, and the last 2 games similar to us, but it's 2 sides that are...
Go on! That's better. He's off.
Halfway line, Conway is caught offside.
Hey!
After the whistle has been...
Jesus, Conway.
He slashes at the ball and sends it well wide to the right-hand post. More frustration for Tommy Conway up front for the Borough this afternoon. There's a bit of Swansea time wasting here. Messing around with the position of the free kick. And referee Ruben Ricardo has now got to step in and tell them to get it back to the right position. Tommy Conway's signalling to him, look, we need to get on with the game. Cabango, the Swansea captain, playing it back to Lawrence Vigouroux, who's in bright yellow from top to toe in that Swansea goal. Aims it long. Borges wins the header. Definitely a back four, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
In the second half for Borough. So not the tactical change, it was a switch of personnel. As Cabango again plays a back pass to his keeper. Conway will pursue. Vigouroux aiming to the right wing. Illing Junior knocks the ball down.
That's good play for him.
To Borges, Hackney and Morris. Short
there we go, finally
moving
when we're fucking
square
passing.
To his right to Dyke Steele. Borough very narrow here.
That's fine.
2 yards outside that
there
penalty area. And now Morris fills the bit of space on the right-hand side. Hackney turns.
The ball.
Base of the centre circle.
One forward. Illing Junior.
Illing Junior, who is 20 yards inside the Swansea half, trying to tempt Key into the challenge. fails to do so and goes back to Borges. Fry. Let's see, Swansea midfielders bearing down on him. Dijksteel runs into traffic, slips the ball through. Cabango steps in. Dupotnik, hold-up play from the Slovenian. O'Brien has too much of him though, with the ball into the Borough half. Swansea 1, the Borough 0. 52nd minute. Here in the dying days or dying embers of the championship season. About to enter the home straight, 10 games to go as Borges overhits an attempted through ball for Conway, who again is flapping his arms about in frustration. And you said, Neil, first half, we barely mentioned Tommy Conway.
He was always on that left-hand side, never really travelled on this right-hand side at all, and maybe that was a weakness they had tried to exploit, but they never did at all. Not once.
As misplaces the pass, Ronald gets in front of Hackney and puts arms on him. Cheap free kick conceded.
Just frustration, isn't it? You know, the passer was asked a poor one, and all of a sudden the tackle comes in, it's a foul, and it's just a real frustration about the performance right now.
It feels to me, Neil, like Borough are just getting in their own way this afternoon. Do you know what I mean? It's causing all their own problems, just making their own mistakes, and the OMG son has been the man to profit, and I think he's trying to buy a free kick here. Well, he came to a standstill, having chipped away from Hackney and got in front of Morris, and the referee has blown the whistle. The OMG son got Swansea to a central position in the Borough half, and he's got the free kick. Neil's got his team sheet out.
I'm just looking. I'm just looking. Obviously, Delano Bergzog, you're looking at possibly to come on. Can you push Samuel Jr. a little bit forward? He's been asked to play at left back. Do you bring Borges over here and put Johnny Howson in, slip Johnny Howson in centre half? Gives you a little bit more reliability, and know-how.
All thoughts of going forward have to be delayed because there is a Swansea free kick here to defend. Borough lining up on the edge of their area. It's whipped into the box towards Kibango.
Gone backwards. But still with Swansea. Hackney does well, but still with the Swansea player. Lewis O'Brien, left foot strike. Elling Jr. does well.
The home fans claim it.
And now Morris. Hackney. Now Elling Jr. Brilliant play. Azaz has space to work with. Now Dijksteel.
Azaz spent time not a million miles away from here at Newport County. On loan from Aston Villa a couple of seasons ago. Now it's Morris. But Swansea have got everyone back behind the ball. Elling Jr.'s in oceans of space down here, Neil, on this left-hand side, but Borough aren't looking this way.
It was the same as Giles' first half. Giles had it, but it never really happened for Giles in that first half.
Whittaker booed by the fans and tackled by Timon. Fry steps in, wins the ball back for Borough. Borges.
Well done.
Puts the pass to Conway, to Hackney rather, halfway line.
Conway, what ball that is. Go on, Elling Jr. Ball in the box.
Cutting it back.
Nah, don't get it. It's offside. He's offside, man. You're offside. You know you're offside. Why are you going for it? Jesus, you know you're offside, man.
He has got forward. He's on all the time. The big switch is on all the time because they fend really narrow to Swansea. The space is there for him and he's exploiting it. It's a good ball into the box. He pulls it back. Hopefully someone can come onto it, but no one does, and eventually Conway is caught offside.
A goal at Bramall Lane. Sheffield United have taken the lead against Preston, and Bristol City have equalised against 10-man Hull at Ashton Gate. Bristol City 1, Hull 1. Borough have to find a way to threaten Lawrence Vigouroux's goal in this second half.
Well, I said before the game, you've got to take something from this game. You have to take something.
It's a silly challenge, but the play is carried on because Swansea have the ball.
Gets to the corner of the box and then turns out, rolls it back to the South Korean. And now they'll slow it down, the home team. Swansea 1. The Borough 0. And a bit of Elvis is being unveiled from the stands. Go, get your bacon neck out. It's coming your way, Neil, this clearance. Elling Jr. in for our summariser, and he landed just short. It's a Swansea throw.
They got top corner if it couldn't be, man.
I don't doubt you for 1 second, Neil. I remember watching your match of the day. I do as well.
You know what? I can remember match of the day, and all I can remember was Alan Hansen had about 25 halos around my head after playing Arsenal.
I was going to say, was this the Mark Overmars after
Morris.
Alan
Brilliant.
Hansen does a great thing. I can remember coming in and he was like,
Hold on, Simon.
Uh-oh.
Slipping the ball into the Borough box. Cut back from Eon.
Get away,
Top,
please.
hunting for it. And Borough will work it clear. Not quite. Hackney runs into trouble from Franco. Pressing on the edge of the area. Borough throwing near the corner flag.
I can remember coming in, you know, and on my peg, there was about 25 halos, little circle rings the lads had put on.
It was like your own personal heat map.
Yeah, it was.
Borough just pump it down the right. O'Brien turns, loses it to Swansea. Morris does a full 360 on the ball inside the Borough half. Oh, Iheanacho had made the run, and Morris knew he'd gone and he couldn't quite find it with the pass.
They're the second runs you've got to be making, which weren't made first half. You know, getting beyond, because they played a high line, getting beyond. Ball has got to be right. Then flushing, it wasn't high enough to get in an actual way.
Swansea still continue to lead this one. And that single goal to nil as it's turned around the corner by Cullen and straight out of play for a Borough throw.
The frustrating thing is, Mark, that I would say these are great either.
No. Well, I mean, the league position tells you that. They're in 16th, 41 points. 9 behind the Borough. And before their recent mini revival, they'd lost 9 out of 10 before Alan Sheehan took over and took 4 points from the 6 available. Oh, Franco just toying with Borough players on the halfway line.
That was way too easy.
And then in steps Fry.
Very impressive.
As it's an aimless pass forward. Gonzalo Franco was taking the mick there, Neil Madison. Whittaker back to Travers. Travers to Borders. Borders under pressure for a run out. Back to his keeper, and he will pull this forward. The
Starting to go like a panic mode again.
Didn't get off the ground. Alan Sheehan looked ready to control the ball even before it left the pitch there, the Swansea caretaker. We've got to touch on it, and Illing Jr. is going to take this throw in for Michael Carrick's Borough. Hackney, he's lost possession, pulls back Vipotnik, it's an obvious foul, and it will presumably be a booking for the Borough captain.
It has to be, because he's had a few. Sadly, not to the left, I'm surprised there.
Well, Hayden Hackney must be a charming young man, I think, to have got away with that one. He must have been very polite to Ruben Ricardo, because I thought he got a final warning in the first half.
He's made them changes, and I've got to say, it's slightly, and I'm talking this, it's slightly better, but nowhere near enough. And as I said before, I was looking on the bench, and you've got Bergzog there, still got Johnny House in.
But how fit is he? How fit is he? That's the question.
Yeah, that's the thing. And you're asking to do, what, 30-odd minutes?
Yeah, well, we've got seconds over half an hour to go. Swansea at 1-0 up, have a free kick, right-hand side, low into the box, dangerous! Oh, and he bounces in the 6-yard area and beats 2 Swansea attackers who threw themselves at the ball and couldn't make a connection.
What a ball. What a ball. That's a ball where you're put in that danger area and you're just begging for someone to put it away because it was there for everyone. Any white shirt to put away.
And Harry Darling was one of the players who threw himself at the ball. Did he collide with the post? Anyway, he's sat down almost on the goal line underneath the crossbar of Mark Travers. It will be a goal kick to restart play, but Harry Darling needs treatments. Burnley have scored a third. Burnley 3, Luton 0. We're off to Kenilworth Road this time next week.
Sure, he's coming off, Darling.
Is he?
Yeah, he's coming off to just give the roll of the hands, and he's coming off.
Bad luck, Darling. So, Bristol City 1, Hull 1. With half an hour to go at Ashton Gate, and Hull down to 10 men. Burnley 3, Luton 0. Luton also down to 10 men. It's Derby 2, Blackburn 1. Derby took an early 2-goal lead in that one. Plymouth 0, Sheffield Wednesday 2. Sheffield United 1, Preston 0. Still Sunderland 1, Cardiff 1 at the Stadium of Light. West Bromwich Albion 1, Queen's Park Rangers 0, but West Brom down to 10 men. Darnell Furlong sent off. Adam Armstrong put them in front with a first half penalty. And here at the Swansea.com stadium, it's Swansea 1, Middlesbrough 0, but as Neil Maddison has spotted, the central defender, Harry Darling, is not going to be able to continue here. Half an hour, Neil, that could well decide, without being too overdramatic, it could well decide where Borough's season is going. Because if you are going to get into the playoffs and get past the teams you're competing with, you can't come to Swansea and lose. You just can't.
So before the game, come here, take some away, and then you build again. And you've got some big games coming up: QPR midweek, Luton away, Oxford at home. Games where you're looking to get points. And right now here, I've got to say it, the keeper hasn't been in trouble in the second half.
And he's still not made a save, Lawrence Vigouroux, in the Swansea goal.
And as I said, looking at that bench, you mix it up. For me, you have to mix it up again.
Well, the Swansea change has been made. You may have heard the enthusiastic PA man in the background, Hannes Delcroix. Belgian defender is on for Harry Darling. He's on loan from Burnley, the 26-year-old. And he is going to play on the left side of central defence alongside Ben Cabango. Light's just been switched on here. It's not a bad afternoon. Bit of light cloud about as Azaz fires it in the direction of Conway, but it takes a deflection in the centre circle. Delcroix, it's his first couple of touches of the game as he exchanges passes with his keeper Vigouroux. Now, he will look long. Borges in competition with Ronald. It drops on the right-hand side. Ronald tried to step on the gas. Illing Jr. steps across him and takes the ball off him. Borges back to Travers. Travers puts it on his left foot. And he's going to aim for Conway here, who's waiting on the halfway line. Franco in front of him, heads backwards. Delcroix steps in, heads back to the Portuguese.
You know, Iheanacho's come on the pitch and he's playing in a deeper role, but he hasn't really got on that ball. And for me, Bergzorg or Finn Azaz in that position.
He's in the number 10 role, isn't he?
Yeah, and it's just not happened. Finn Azaz.
It's the first time it's done that in a while, fair play.
On and play him in behind. He's got a bit of pace.
Well, Bergzorg he was brought in to be the something different in the Borough attack at the start of the season. And he remains the something different, doesn't he? It's just that he's on the bench. As the game's at a standstill here. Morris just in front of his central defenders, wanting movement. Fry picks it up just beyond the D. Borough a goal down with 26 minutes remaining here of the 90.
Brilliant.
You have to set the tempo right now.
Iheanacho tackles.
Iheanacho gives the ball away.
Sorry,
he wins it back.
Azaz. Now he can move into space. Swansea retreated. Drive. He is driving through the middle of the pitch. Conway on the move. Conway can't gather it in. And the final touch was off the Borough striker. It's a Swansea goal kick. As that comes Jonathan Woodgate for a word with Michael Carrick. And
you've got to change something. You've got to mix it up. It's not worked. It's not happened in the second half. You've made them changes, and it just hasn't happened. And Bergzorg,
I would have brought Bergzorg on.
At least he gets it. At least he drives forward, and it possibly cause a few problems.
Josh Key with the throw in just inside the Borough half, right hand side. Franco playing at the base of midfield, gets it. Cabango back to his keeper Vigouroux. Swansea with this 1-goal lead. And they are not, it appears, inclined to overcommit now in this second half as O'Brien is tackled on the halfway line, but Swansea win it back quickly. And O'Brien is now playing as a left winger. And now there are white shirts flooding forward. Fry! Oh, he's deflected it just over his own crossbar. O'Brien put it in, knee height, and Fry sliced it over his own goal for a Swansea goal.
Bloody hell.
Way down the left-hand side, puts it in the box of O'Brien. It's a quick ball in there, and Dale does well, just get that clear.
The corner will be taken by the goal scorer, Eom Ji-sung. It's on the Swansea left.
I think from our point is troubling the keeper. Bergzorg just running down now. It looks like he's coming on.
But will he come on with Borough 1-0 down? Or will Swansea double their lead here from this corner, their 5th of the game? It's going to be whipped in towards the front post. Fry misses it, and it hits Delcroix behind him and bounces wide of the near post. It's a Borough goal kick, and it remains Swansea 1, Middlesbrough 0.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what actually happens here, because you need goals and you need a little bit of forward play and direction, and you know, who comes up. Do you change the system? Do you change the shape? Personnel certainly have to.
And Borough playing short from the goal kick, sorry to interrupt, Neil, have lost possession deeper in their own half again. How many times do you need to do the same thing and for it to not work before doing something different? Delcroix is back in position as Vigouroux thumps the ball into the Borough half.
This is very draining to watch.
Yeah, you're the team that needs to find a goal right now. It's just at laboured pace, isn't it? It's just...
Borges looking to inject a bit of go forward here, gets to the halfway line. We're looking to drop it into the path of Conway, and it was just a yard too heavy, and it's caught on the first bounce on the edge of his area by Vigouroux in the Swansea goal. Still West Brom 1, Queen's Park Rangers 0 at the Hawthorns, and Bristol City 1, Hull 1 at Ashton Gate. Earlier today, Watford lost 2-1 at home to Millwall, having been 1-0 in front for a lot of that one. And Coventry, with 2-0 up, pegged back to 2-2 at home to Stoke, and then scored the winner in stoppage time to win 3-2. Here's Cabango for a Swansea team leading the Borough by 1-0 here on BBC Radio T Sport. Ian Atchell pitched it off the left back time, and he dragged it back away from him. Finds Eom on the far side, just short of halfway. He'll slow it down. Alan Sheehan having a chat with his coaching team as well down there. What do you think they're talking about, Neil? Is it, do we stick or twist?
I don't think they need to do anything. You know, they're quite comfortable at the moment.
Cullen
And until
exchanging passes with Eom, and that's a good ball to release Timon, who's pushed him on the left-hand side, cuts it back to Eom, and the second goal was nearly there, but for the intervention of Neto Borges.
What a block that is, because that's in the back.
He's been incredible, Borges.
And here he comes. Delano Bergzorg is
Thank the Lord!
It's Morgan Whittaker, the former Swansea man.
I mean, I wouldn't have brought
cheered
it
from the pitch by the home fans. Whittaker off, Bergzorg on.
I'd prefer to keep him on,
for a change of the game.
but I guess you've already made substitution of being natural.
Is it like for like? You've got to mix it. You've got to mix it up to try and get yourself. You know what? I'd rather get beat 2-0 having a goal.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? And just mixing up a little bit. And
well, it's been pretty meek so far, hasn't it? For a team chasing a playoff place at the end of the season and a shot at the Premier League, it's been an anemic sort of performance from the Borough so far, but there are still 20 minutes to go as Cullen lofts the pass to the left side of the area. Timon on the volley, smacks it over the crossbar. I think he was aiming for a teammate and not going for the shot, but it's a Borough goal kick. Just over 20 minutes to go now. Johnny Howson seems to be going through quite a vigorous warm-up down there. Is he going to be thrown into
possibly? Well, as I said, you've got to upset the opposition with your shape, and because right now you're playing the same shape, nothing is working. You haven't tested the keeper. That tells you everything to you.
Hackney, lovely touch and burst of acceleration from the edge of his own box, and then the passes too easily read by Cabango. Ronald.
Tell you what, he's been class today,
isn't
Junior.
The Brazilian, and then Junior's pass is blocked, and now he's got to chase Ronald, who's getting away from him down the Swansea.
Okay, maybe I was wrong.
He had Rapotnik making a run in the area, but he's come to a halt.
Defensively,
Junior, and Borough's makeshift left
go on,
wins the day. Now
it's on.
Flicks off.
It's on.
A circle. Bursting beyond it is Bergzorg. Oh, he's got to the ball ahead.
It is on. Come away.
Makes the save with his legs.
And tell you what, that's from both. Bergzorg. That's from Bergzorg.
Better. Well, Delano Bergzorg there. just his sheer physicality has made a difference.
Just getting him behind pace, and as I said before,
changes the
mixing
game.
the game up. The sub's going to be made.
I don't get why he's on the bench, to be fair.
It won't surprise me
He
if
should be
puts him
playing
in centre half.
every game.
Illing Junior further forward, Borges out here. You've got to mix it, as I said, and upset them with your shape and try and find something.
Borges is in the Swansea half at the moment. So is everyone else, bar Mark Travers. Fry in the centre circle. Moves it left to Borges. Illing Junior waiting on the touchline beneath us. We're high above the halfway line, and that's a loose pass.
Right
Picked
idea.
up by the right back Key. Oh, it's just lifted that way over his teammates. If Potnick had come short, he dropped the ball in the Borough half. And how's that last Borough break just done something to Swansea's mentality? Has that put the fear into them? Iheanacho dropping between the lines. Now he can run at the Swansea defence.
Look at this!
He's got his ass to his left. He finds him now, just inside the area.
Oh!
Trader on the shoulders.
There we go, it's much better. We've got a corner.
Bodies forward, which we weren't doing in the first half, and
It just feels like that break has changed something.
you get Bergs on who's quick, who's direct. It pushes you back anyway as a team. And as I said before, Swansea, have they been brilliant? Have they had to work for their 1-0 win? I don't think they've had to work. We've gifted them in.
Illing Junior to take this corner, an outswinger from the left. Oh, he didn't get hold of that.
Right, gonna get another go at it.
To get a second go at it here, because Potnick, the striker, skewed it straight into the stand. Bergzorg wants it short and quickly gets it back to Illing Junior. Now the cross.
Ball into the
Bit of
box.
elevation on this one. Swansea head clear.
Here we go.
Alan Sheehan can sense the change in momentum, can't he? Borough have got to throw it. And here comes a double Swansea change.
Yeah, that break that we just had with Bergzorg has just changed things over.
Well, the first man to come off is the man who's making the difference. Eonji Sun. Ollie Cooper is going to replace him. And the second change is Zan Vipotnik being withdrawn. The striker makes way for Florian Bianchini, who is a 23-year-old French striker, and he gets his chance here with 16 minutes remaining plus a bit of pocket change. For a restart play with the throw-in, attacking position on the left. Illing Junior took it, and now he's being forced backwards by Ronald.
Right.
Hackney under pressure, struggling to hang on to it. Morris was there.
That's all right.
Under pressure, struggling to hang on to it. Morris was there to help him out. Borough go all the way back to Travers. Sheffield Wednesday have scored a third at Plymouth to lead 3-0. Iheanacho back in his own half. Dykestill turns away from Cooper, finds it back to Travers.
Iheanacho so deep. Trying to get on that ball so deep, and you want him further up the pitch. You want him just playing off Conway and getting closer to Conway.
Michael Carrick just waves his hand in a forward motion to his team. He wants Borough to try and press Swansea higher up the pitch now, as they are working it on the edge of their area. Cabango back to Vigouroux. Iheanacho was there for any loose touch, and Vigouroux's first contact with the ball wasn't the greatest. His second was to drive it long, and it's going to be a free kick that goes Borough's way. Borges fouled by Bianchini, who's just come onto the pitch. Quarter of an hour left here. 15 minutes for Borough to salvage something from the afternoon.
Got to go away with something, Mark.
Borges trying to drop it into the path of Illing Junior down that inside left channel, but overhitting it by a good few yards. And Vigouroux fields on his goal line. Still West Bromwich Albion 1, Queen's Park Rangers 0, and Bristol City 1, Hull 1. And some of the other Championship matches that matter to the Borough. Blackburn still 2-1 down at Derby, which would be a surprise, even if you haven't seen Derby as we did at close quarters last week.
Okay.
Borges is in trouble again here. He's stretched to intercept a forward pass. He beat Bianchini to the ball.
Down.
The Frenchman collided with him. I think it was all fairly honest all round, but Bianchini's holding his left hip, and Borges got a whack in the ribs. He's down on the deck for a free kick. 14 minutes left.
Yeah, he's just winded. He wants to get up. He's all right.
He might say something different to you right
Yeah,
now.
he's winded. He's just going in the ribs, and there's an opportunity here. Look for Conway just on our screens.
Bit of sun trying to break through the clouds above the stadium. Can Borough find some sort of break in the Swansea defence in the time that remains?
And we thought this was going to be another Sunday, but
Yeah, Johnny House
doesn't
isn't
look
ready to come on.
doesn't look.
No sign of him yet.
No.
Has Michael Carrick thought better of it, or was it ever really on the cards? Hackney trying to bustle through the middle of the pitch. Conway heads down to his hands in the centre circle, moves it high, dropping it towards the 18-yard line. Key defends well as it drops out of the sky over his shoulder. Now Ronald trying the through ball from deep. Bianchini on the move. He's got Swansea to a position just to the right of the Borough area. Fancies a chip ball to the back post. Travis King couldn't reach it, dropped over him. And Cooper couldn't reach it at the back post for
13 minutes
Swansea.
left.
Now the space on that right-hand side for Borough, and Iheanacho tried the ball with the outside of his left foot, and foot even, and Swansea got a block on it. Delcourt under pressure from Bergson, clears, picked off by Morris inside the home team's half. Azaz, Bergson, right of the area, first time ball too far in front of Iheanacho. And Cabango. Oh, he's rubbing his head.
I think he's just got.
Do you know what?
He came over before and just saying.
Do you know what?
Yes.
It's struck again. The injury curse has struck again. Dale Fry, a clash of heads in the first half. I don't know if this is a delayed reaction or it's something else, but Dale Fry is having to leave the...
Oh, for fuck's sake, are you kidding me?
Seen on the screen there, I haven't pulled it, it's just tight. And he was pointing at his calf. So he's coming off.
So off goes Dale Fry in the 79th minute. And here we are with just over 10 games of Middlesbrough season remaining. And Middlesbrough Football Club find themselves in the position of not having a single fit senior central defender. That is incredible. And here's Howson with the first touch.
We're cooked.
Bring it back to his keeper, Travers.
I mean,
Travers will aim for the head of Conway.
it's going to be very difficult
bumping
to get
into
to the
it.
playoffs now.
He picks up the pieces.
If
in the
it
middle
wasn't
of the
already
pitch
difficult already.
to Bergzorg. Bergzorg on the right-hand side. Running at time, and who's backing off. Slips it to Hackney. Sells a dummy. Left foot. Goes again. Swansea got a white wall built in front of him. Illing Jr., left corner of the area. Hackney in field. Dyke still
strike it
on the edge of the area. Oh,
that's a free kick, surely.
Of ideas there. Didn't know whether to shoot. Swansea whack it clear deep into the Borough half. 10.5 minutes remaining. Swansea 1, Middlesbrough 0. Johnny Howson and Neto Borges are playing at the heart of Borough's defence now. Borges, that was a good pass to side of Zaz. Iheanacho inside right channel, into the box, left foot. He's gone for the top corner and he's got right underneath it.
He's a couple of step overs and he works on his left foot. He's just leaning back. Just leaning back and doesn't get the direction. Puts it way over the bar.
Neil, how have Borough found themselves in this position? At centre half. How can it happen? I know injuries happen in general, and there's a bit of bad luck, but it can't all be like that, can it? As Swansea are going to make another change here. Jay Fulton is the man Alan Sheehan has turned to. And it is Liam Cullen who is applauding all corners of this ground. Swansea's top scorer hasn't found the net today, but he's played his part in what is looking increasingly like a Swansea victory. He's off, Fulton is on, Alan Sheehan is trying to shore things up now.
Just on the bench if there's anything else you can do, you know, just... You are getting forward a lot more, I must admit. You've seen buddies getting forward, but we just... The one thing I will say, I'm being disappointed is that the keeper, I think he's had 2 saves to make, and you haven't troubled him enough. You haven't put balls into the box to trouble their defence either, really, to be fair. I think it's been in front of Swansea, and as I said before, I think he's a good side. They're not, in my opinion, the bang average. It's similar to us.
This is a popular scoreline in these parts because Cardiff are now losing at Sunderland. Sunderland 2, Cardiff 1. And the home team, Swansea.
Another news, Josh has scored his first ever charity match goal.
First touch here for the substitute, James Fulton. Ronald trying to wriggle his way around Illing Jr. near the corner flag. A back heel, and it rolls just off the playing surface and out for a Borough goal kick. 8 minutes remaining at the Swansea.com Stadium. Borough trailing by a goal to nil. Dyke Steele knocked over by Bianchini on the far side. Borough take the free kick quickly. They've gone back towards the edge of their area. Borges, a drag back, and again doesn't see a forward option. It's square to Howson.
He's done all right, Borges, in the second half, you know. Hasn't put a foot wrong. Stepped out with it. A couple of passes here and there that just went astray, but in all his defenders been okay.
Howson and Morris exchanging passes on the halfway line. Morris now banging the big diagonal to the left. Illing Jr.'s first touch is good. Takes it down left-footed. Azaz moving just to the left of the area ahead of him. Gets it back to Illing Jr. The shimmy goes on his left. Hackney back to Morris in the middle of the pitch. He's under pressure. He holds off the attempted tackle from Cooper. Back to Borges. Now Dyke's in the middle of the pitch. Gets away from the challenge. Conway in the area. Right-footed goes for goal. Was it deflected? It was. It's a goal.
Yeah.
It's gone over to take it. No,
just going to drop it down. Tommy Conway playing ball boy. Borough attacking the goal, behind which the travelling fans are perched in the upper tier. Will they have something to cheer as soon as Az hits this one right-footed? Outswinger, header away at the near post by Bianchini. Hackney back to Azaz as he puts it in low. Front post, cleared again. Hackney's first touch was taken him backwards. You can hear the home fans urging their team to get out, and Bergzorg on the half-turn won't reach that ball. O'Brien, though, has put it out for a Borough throw-in near the corner flag on the right. Still Bristol City 1, the 10 men of Hull 1, and West Brom 1, Queen's Park Rangers 0. Elsewhere, Borough trailing by a goal to nil here, trying to work a crossing position on the right. Fed in field to Hackney. Hackney thinking about the shot and shifts it to Bergzorg, right side of the area. He's got so many men to beat out there, and he can't find the cross, but he will win another corner.
As well here, Hackney there finds Bergzorg on a tight angle. His touch is not quite right, takes him further away from goal, but he gets the cross in, takes a deflection. It's a corner ball to us.
Azaz to take it on the right-hand side again. Just over 5 minutes remaining. Borough looking for the equaliser here. Bit of a hush around the ground, bar the away end. Here it comes with a bit more depth. Bianchini again with a clearing header. Hackney heads it back towards the 6-yard area, and the Frenchman volleys it clear. Out for a throw-in on the far side.
Take it. There you go.
Azaz to Morris. A neat turn under pressure, then comes to a halt, and couldn't find a teammate with the pass. Swansea throwing left back position, and Josh Tymon will slow things down here, Neil Madison.
For them, it's managing the game, and you're right, slow things down. The fans getting right behind them.
They can see the finish line, can't they? Final 5 minutes of the game. 13,986 in attendance here this afternoon. It's from the throw-in. Borough win it back rather comfortably. Illing Jr. sets off on a run down the left-hand side. Gets away from Ronald. A push and a run. He's trying to go the long way around Key. Key made it hard for him, and having got to the ball first, he waited for Ilan Jr. to put a hand on him, and then he went down, and he gets the free kick from Ruben Ricardo. Well, it's not about tactics at this stage, Neil, is it?
Opportunities of putting that ball in the box, and yet we come back on ours.
He's pushing Bianchini away from the ball. He wants to take it quickly. Frenchman slowing things down. The referee lets him get away with it. Hackney receives the ball, facing his own goal in the centre circle. We have just over 3 minutes remaining here at the Swansea.com stadium. Cabango heads away from the edge of the area, but I have a throw in on the left as midway into the Swansea half takes it. Borges steps forward. Iheanacho a long way from goal, with his back to it with the hold-up play. Morris to Bergson on the right-hand side. He's got his man isolated in timing. He'll attack him, then check out, plays it back to Morris. First time cross towards the back post. Ronald's header clear. Who will pick it up? Well, no, handball given. And Swansea are on the break here with O'Brien. O'Brien crosses halfway. Bianchini with the hold-up play just past the centre circle.
Brilliant tackle from Morris.
And loses it, courtesy of an Aidan Morris tackle. Borough need to come again and quickly. Time is against them.
You know, the pace, the tempo has lifted from our point of view slightly, and it had to. It's been too slow.
Why is it taking so long?
I know, it's too slow, and it's, you know, as time ticks on, you know that pace should have been like this from the start.
Ilan Jr. against Ronald on Borough's left-hand side once more. Fizzed in field to Azaz. Azaz in the middle of the Swansea half, looking for the best option. He chooses Hackney just to his right. Now Bergzorg. Azaz continues his run. Back heel, looking for Bergzorg once more. Timon was wise to it and digs out the clearance for a throw on the right. Final 2 minutes of the game. Borough searching for an equaliser. Azaz to Iheanacho. Iheanacho just to the right of the D. To the far corner. Shot. Rebounds to Morris, who went for power. And he was wide of the right-hand post, but was that courtesy of a deflection? It was. It's a corner.
Referee says it, and so does Aidan Morris. He says it took a deflection. Referee agrees with him, gives a corner. Let's have a look. I'm not too sure.
Here it comes then. Deep and well caught by Borough, who leaves his line and rolls on top of the ball just outside his 6-yard area. And player after player in Swansea white is queuing up to pat their goalkeeper on the head, because he's just relieved all the pressure. And here we are in the final minute of this game, with Borough trailing by a goal to nil, as they have done since the 26th minute. Cooper collapses as Dijksteel tries to put the pressure on. He was heading back towards halfway. Dijksteel all over him. Cooper goes down. Swansea with a free kick. How much added time will there be? We will find out in 20 seconds. As the noise levels rise around the ground.
4 minutes.
Simon to take this free kick. He's just going to chip it down the left. Howson, a missed kick. Got it caught under his boot, but then has the chance to clear second time. Cabango's volley out to the far side. 5 minutes is the answer to the question of how much stoppage time there'd be. And there are howls of protest around the ground from the home fans. As Borough get a throw in on the right, and Dijksteel has got himself in a spot of bother, but will emerge with another throw. That's winging a prayer stuff now, Neil Maddison, isn't it, for Borough?
It is. It certainly is that. Giving a foul throw.
Oh, dear me. Doesn't that sum up the afternoon?
No way. Foul forward.
That's the chance to take a legal throw in 20 yards into the Borough half. Neil Maddison is just tapping the microphone off his top lip as he ponders what he's seeing unfold in front of him, which is Swansea conceding a free kick, or a throw-in rather, deflected. 1 minute of stoppage time gone. Thrown to Travis quickly. In closed down by O'Brien, and that draws the mistake from Borough's keeper, slices it out to the far side into the stand for a Swansea throw-in. He didn't want that ball, did he, Mark Travers? But he got it nevertheless.
I feel sorry for our fans who have gone all the way down there.
Throwing towards the corner flag here, the Swans.
Because they played terrible.
He's annoyed that he hasn't got the throwing decision there. O'Brien hurls it down the right. Fulton gets in front of Iheanacho. Borough throwing. But they can't get out their own half here. That's just a hack forward by...
Yeah.
That's just a hack forward by Morris, isn't it? Towards the halfway line.
Not been in the races today, have we? And neither is the
got in front of him, went to ground, and Dykesfield's horrified to see the referee pointing forward for a Swansea free kick. He's got to be careful, he's been booked as well, Dykesfield. And this sort of atmosphere, Neil, we haven't heard for much of the second half, but now the Swansea fans believe that they are heading for victory. 2.5 minutes of stoppage time remain. They've got a free kick now. Are they going to whip it into the box? It doesn't look like it. They take it short. The wide on the left. Timon drags it back. And then Cooper, a neat turn in the area, puts it across the goal, but too high for anybody to reach. Swansea won't be that unhappy with the outcome, which is a Borough throw-in just about in the quadrant on the left-hand side. 2 minutes of stoppage time remain. Alan Sheehan going through agonies down there in the Swansea dugout as the ball is pumped high into this stand that we're commentating in by Franco. Another Borough throw-in. But again, Illing Jr.'s clearance doesn't reach halfway. Run out. Reach halfway. Run out. Gets away from Morris. Franco leaves the ball behind him. Illing Jr. picks a neat pass to Azaz. Azaz to Bergzorg, who's onside. Swansea's defence is getting back. Bergzorg, a step over into the box. Right-hand side cross. Flicks off Delcroix. And it's Lewis O'Brien there to pick it up for Swansea. Will that be Borough's final attack of the game? I might get another chance here as that's a loose pass by Ronald. Illing Jr. just turns it forward. Played it blind. Cabango. And up and under. And out for the throw-in. The offside flag's up. It's going to be a Swansea free kick as we enter the 5th and what should be final minute of added time here. Land of Our Fathers is the song. As Swansea look to play the remainder of this game in the Borough half. They won't do so. Howson volleys it over the halfway line. Cabango has to put it out for a Borough throw. This is it. 4.5 minutes of stoppage time gone. Borough, well, they need a football to play with. Somebody finally returns it towards Aidan Morris, but it hits the advertising hoarding in front of him, and more time ticked away. Illing Jr. to take the throw. Azaz. Oh, his ball is poor. It's soft. It's straight to run out with the Brazilian.
Walking up the field.
Thumps it into the Borough half. The 5 minutes are up as Travers drives it towards the head of Iheanacho. Header won by Delcroix. Picked up by
do anything.
Whistles.
There it is.
Around the ground, and now the whistle of the referee. The game is up for the Borough this afternoon.
Right.
They have fallen to defeat. And they look at each other, the Borough players, and then at the ground, because this is an afternoon that has passed them by. It finishes Swansea 1, Middlesbrough 0. Neil Maddison, they never laid a glove on him.
Absolutely right. Just off the pace, and you're right, never laid a glove. Never. The keeper had, 2 saves to make, but each one were quite comfortable.
Shocking.
That first half was just not good enough, and he had to change.
No.
He had to change things. He did. It didn't have the desired effect. And second half, it just feels like you're watching a different side. You know, you sometimes get a better side, but I would say play that good, attractive, attacking football that we've seen this season at times, and then you see a side.
I feel sorry for the fans who travelled down, to be fair. I feel sorry for the fans who travelled down. Well, that's it from me. I can't really say much about that. That was just dreadful. Fucking hell. Right. Literally, thank you very much for tuning in for my first stream back. Not that it was very fitting, but you know, it's what it is. Hopefully we win on Tuesday night. I'll be there, Riverside. So yeah, hopefully a win because we need it. And hopefully our injury problems get sorted. Hopefully Dale Fry's okay. Bloody hell, he just came back as well. Right, that's me. I'm off. Thank you all very much for tuning in. Very much appreciated. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. Be very much appreciated. Like the stream as well. And I shall see you all on Tuesday evening for Middlesbrough versus QPR. See you there.